here are the 5 worst amendments made by Republicans to the food stamp bill. Number 1, making food stamp recipients pee in a cup. So they feel as though, if they force every food stamp recipient, they want to create as many barriers as possible to stop you from getting food stamps. Let's just put that out there. We know this to be the facts, right? Well, they think if they can cut you to pee in a cup, right, and if you're possibly using drugs, your kids don't deserve to eat at night. And I beg to differ. I think if you're using drugs, there's more reason for you to get food stamps so you can't exchange it for anything so your kids can actually eat at night. But not the Republican Party. Number 2, they want to cut food stamp benefits back to 2008 levels. Now, food stamps, that's what we call in economics is transfer payments, where the government transfers a payment to the the populace or the population. Now, food stamp is what we call a leading. It's a concurrent indicator. When there is a recession, you're always going to see an uptick in food stamps and welfare and in unemployment, because those are automatic triggers to create government spending. And Keynes indicates that those are how you grow the economy, government spending their way out of it. So when you know that more people in this country are hurting and more people have lost their jobs at no fault of their own, Republicans want to cut food stamp benefits back for those people trying to find work and trying to feed their family at the same time. What a way to be moral. What a way to be the party that promotes values. Some values, taking food out of the mouth of babies. Number 3, cut food stamps altogether. Louis Gohmert, who was, I believe, a maniac, he was a maniac last week, wanted to pass a short amendment to eliminate the food stamp program outright and make more Americans go hungry. This is not, I'm telling you, these are facts. Congressional record. Number 4, ban violent felons from getting off the food stamps or for the rest of their lives. That means if you were a violent felon and you have a child, your child can't eat because you committed a crime. Number 5, convert food stamps to convert the food stamps fund to a state block grant, where you give the states the money and the states figure out what they're gonna do with it. These 5 things are all ways to keep, like I said in the policy breakdowns, to keep the having and to starve, literally, the have-nots. We're going to starve them to death. We're going to take away the food from babies and kill them via starvation. This is not a third world country, America. These individuals are the first individuals to talk about what we need to do about Darfur and how we need to fix all the problems in Africa and why we need to give aid to all these countries so they can get bread. Yet they want to starve their own Americans. That's not the America that I believe in. These individuals, they wear the American flag on their lapel, but they trample on American values every day that they walk into that congressional gallery. It is sad. It is sick, and it's a crying damn shame that they would literally try to eliminate and take food away from families struggling to make ends meet. Why? Why, America? Ask yourself this one question. Why would they go so far to hurt families that have not? And the answer is pretty simple. They'll do anything to keep their millionaire and billionaire friends to have. And they will do everything as possible to separate the have-nots, because they understand that when the have-nots begin to have, the haves will then lose what they had. It's a sad and a sick system. But the truth of the matter is, it's sad and it's sick, but it's flawed. Because if you look at economic research, it indicates when there's a vibrant middle class, the haves have more. When there's a vibrant middle class, the haves make more. So their logic is so sick and so twisted that they don't even realize they're lying to themselves.